Starting at number 13, the 1957 to 1959 Renault Dauphine. This French import featured a rear-mounted 845 cubic centimeter four-cylinder engine producing just 27 horsepower. With an 89-inch wheelbase and weighing approximately 1,400 pounds, Renault marketed it as economical European transportation for budget-conscious Americans. The execution was catastrophic. Acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour required over 30 seconds, making highway merging genuinely dangerous. Corrosion appeared almost immediately, destroying body panels within the first year. The electrical system failed constantly. The tiny engine overheated in traffic. The transmission was difficult to operate. Consumer reports eventually warned buyers to avoid it entirely. Initial sales looked promising, but reliability problems quickly destroyed Renault's American reputation. The Dauphine proved that affordable pricing means nothing when constant breakdowns leave you stranded. At number 12, the 1959 to 1960 Chevrolet El Camino. Built on the massive Impala platform, this car-truck hybrid measured over 210 inches long with a 119.5-inch wheelbase. Engine options ranged from a 235 cubic inch inline-six up to a 348 cubic inch V8, producing 315 horsepower. The fundamental problem was identity confusion. The cargo bed measured only 77 inches, making it impractical for actual work. Tradesmen rejected it as useless. Families didn't want to sacrifice rear seating for minimal cargo capacity. The El Camino was enormous yet ineffective, attempting to serve two markets while satisfying neither. Chevrolet sold only 22,246 units across 2 years, a complete disaster. Production ended in 1960, and Chevrolet didn't resurrect the concept until 1964 on the smaller Chevelle platform, where it finally succeeded. This first attempt demonstrated that trying to please everyone often pleases no one. Number 11 is the 1954 to 1955 Hudson Hornet. The original Hudson Hornets from 1951 through 1953 were NASCAR legends with revolutionary step-down design. When Hudson merged with Nash, forming American Motors Corporation in 1954, everything changed. The new Hornet retained the 308 cubic inch inline-six, producing 170 horsepower on a 124-inch wheelbase, weighing approximately 3,600 pounds. American Motors essentially rebadged a Nash platform and attached Hudson emblems. The distinctive step-down architecture that made earlier Hornets legendary disappeared completely. What emerged was fundamentally a Nash ambassador wearing Hudson trim. Loyal Hudson enthusiasts rejected these vehicles as fraudulent. Construction quality suffered from the rushed corporate merger. The cars twisted and creaked under normal driving. By 1957, the Hudson name was eliminated entirely. These final Hornets represent the tragic, undignified end of an independent American manufacturer. At number 10, the 1957 to 1959 Rambler Rebel. American Motors created the Rebel as a performance version of their economy-focused Rambler lineup. The 1957 model featured a 327 cubic inch V8 producing 255 horsepower in a compact body with a 108-inch wheelbase weighing about 3,300 pounds. Later versions used a 250 cubic inch inline-six generating 215 horsepower. The Rebel confused the marketplace completely. Performance buyers weren't interested in a Rambler regardless of the engine. Traditional Rambler customers didn't want to pay extra for performance they'd never use. The styling appeared awkward, clearly a V8 stuffed into an economy sedan body. Build quality suffered from rushed development. American Motors sold fewer than 1,500 Rebels in 1957, making it a massive commercial failure. The concept of a hot rod economy car simply didn't resonate with buyers in either market segment. Number 9. The 1957 to 1959 Pontiac Chieftain. Pontiac's mainstream sedan received a complete redesign for 1957, featuring aggressive styling on a 122-inch wheelbase. The Strato Streak V8 came in various configurations, from a 327 cubic inch engine producing 227 horsepower up to high-output versions reaching 290 horsepower. General Motors rushed the entire 1957 lineup to market before proper development was complete. The Chieftain suffered immediately from premature corrosion, electrical failures, and inferior construction. The V8 developed valve problems and oil leaks. Hydromatic transmissions experienced reliability issues. Body panels misaligned noticeably, chrome deteriorated rapidly, and interior materials disintegrated. Water penetrated through poorly sealed windows and doors. Pontiac dealerships faced overwhelming warranty claims, while resale values collapsed. The Chieftain's quality problems damaged Pontiac's reputation during a crucial period when the division was attempting to transform its conservative image. At number 8, the 1957 to 1958 Dodge Custom Royal. Dodge's redesign featured dramatic tailfins and aggressive styling. A 325 cubic inch V8 produced up to 310 horsepower. Riding on a 122-inch wheelbase with Chrysler's TorqueFlite transmission, the Custom Royal appeared to be a winner. Chrysler rushed production in 1957 with catastrophic results. Corrosion appeared within months. Electrical components failed constantly. Paint quality was abysmal, making cars look aged after one season. Water leaked through doors, windows, and trunk seals. Trim pieces vibrated loose. Assembly quality was embarrassing. The normally reliable TorqueFlite experienced unusual problems in these applications. Dodge dealers couldn't keep pace with warranty repairs. Resale values plummeted as word spread. The Custom Royal demonstrated that attractive design means nothing when execution fails completely. Dodge's reputation required years to recover. Number 7. The 1958 to 1959 Oldsmobile Dynamic 88. General Motors rushed to compete with Chrysler's forward-look designs. The Dynamic 88 featured a 371 cubic inch rocket V8 producing 305 horsepower on a 122.5 inch wheelbase weighing over 4,000 pounds. The execution proved disastrous. These Oldsmobiles are widely considered among the most unattractive vehicles General Motors ever manufactured. Excessive chrome trim, fake air scoops, and awkward proportions created an ungainly appearance. Quad headlights were poorly integrated. The vehicles were heavy, fuel inefficient, and handled poorly. Construction standards deteriorated as GM accelerated production schedules. The styling aged terribly. These cars appeared outdated within a year, while competitors became timeless. Sales declined substantially, forcing Oldsmobile to completely redesign for 1961. The Dynamic 88 proved that rushing design to beat competition rarely produces positive results. At number 6, the 1958 to 1960 Lincoln Continental. Lincoln expanded their flagship to enormous proportions for 1958. Built on a massive 131-inch wheelbase and weighing over 5,000 pounds, it measured 229 inches long and 80 inches wide. A 430 cubic inch V8 produced 375 horsepower. The size created immediate problems. This behemoth barely fit in standard garages and proved nearly impossible to park. Fuel economy averaged approximately 8 miles per gallon. Construction quality was terrible, with constant electrical failures, water intrusion, and vibrations. The canted quad headlights and overwhelming chrome created a gaudy appearance rather than elegance. The dimensions made it impractical for everyday use. Sales collapsed as customers realized bigger wasn't better. Lincoln completely redesigned the Continental for 1961, making it smaller, lighter, and more refined. These oversized Continentals represent the worst excess of 1950s automotive philosophy. Number 5. The 1957 to 1958 Chrysler Windsor. Part of Virgil Exner's forward-look design philosophy, the Windsor featured soaring tail fins and sleek styling on a 126-inch wheelbase. A 354 cubic inch V8 producing 285 horsepower provided strong performance, and showroom appearance was spectacular. Chrysler rushed these cars into production with disastrous consequences. Body panels corroded within the first year because proper rust treatment was eliminated. Unibody construction developed water leaks and squeaks within months. Electrical systems failed regularly. The advanced torsion bar suspension encountered problems immediately. Paint quality was abysmal. Chrome pitted quickly. Consumer Reports refused to recommend any 1957 Chrysler product due to quality concerns. Dealerships were overwhelmed with warranty repairs, while resale values crashed. What should have been Chrysler's greatest achievement became a construction catastrophe that damaged the brand's reputation for generations and drove loyal customers to General Motors and Ford. At number 4, the 1959 to 1960 DeSoto Firesweep. DeSoto was Chrysler's mid-price brand, positioned between Dodge and Chrysler. The Firesweep was their entry-level model, featuring a 361 cubic inch V8 producing 295 horsepower on a 122-inch wheelbase, weighing about 3,900 pounds. The Firesweep suffered from severe identity crisis. DeSoto couldn't determine whether it competed against Dodge, Mercury, or Pontiac. The Firesweep was essentially a rebadged Dodge with more chrome and higher pricing, frustrating dealers and confusing customers. The outlandish 1959 styling with eyebrow fins appeared cartoonish. Construction quality continued Chrysler's problems with corrosion and leaks. Buyers realized they could purchase essentially identical Dodges for substantially less money. DeSoto's sales collapsed from 117,000 vehicles in 1957 to just 26,000 in 1960. The brand was discontinued after 1961, and the Firesweep represents the beginning of that end. Taking number 3, the 1957 to 1959 Plymouth Fury. Plymouth had established a solid reputation for dependability and value. The Fury featured a 318 cubic inch V8 producing up to 290 horsepower on a 118-inch wheelbase with dramatic styling that turned heads. The reality was a reliability catastrophe. These Furies experienced all of Chrysler Corporation's quality failures: premature corrosion, electrical breakdowns, and construction standards unacceptable even by 1950s measures. Water penetrated through poorly sealed doors and windshields. Paint deteriorated within months. Body panels didn't align correctly. What made the Fury's failure particularly damaging was Plymouth's established reputation. These disasters destroyed generations of customer loyalty practically overnight. Owners watched their new vehicles deteriorate rapidly, while dealerships couldn't maintain pace with warranty repairs. Plymouth's market position began a decline lasting decades. The Fury proved that even established brands collapse quickly when quality fails catastrophically. At our runner-up at number 2, the 1958 to 1960 Edsel Ranger. Ford invested over $250 million developing the Edsel brand, equivalent to more than $2 billion today. The Ranger served as the base model, featuring a 118-inch wheelbase with a 361 cubic inch V8 producing 303 horsepower. Ford equipped it with the innovative Teletouch automatic transmission mounted in the steering wheel center. Everything failed spectacularly. That vertical grille design sparked immediate rejection. Buyers compared it to a horse collar or worse. The Teletouch system proved unreliable and confusing. Build quality was appalling with constant oil leaks, electrical malfunctions, and paint that flaked off within months. Ford anticipated selling 200,000 units the first year, but barely sold 65,000 total Edsels across all models. The 1958 recession destroyed remaining demand. By 1960, production ceased entirely. Ford lost hundreds of millions of dollars. The Edsel name became synonymous with business failure, studied in universities as the ultimate cautionary tale about marketing hubris and poor execution. And the worst car of the 1950s is the 1957 to 1958 Packard Clipper. Packard was once America's premier luxury brand, rivaling Cadillac. After merging with Studebaker in 1954, everything fell apart. The 1957 to 1958 Clipper was just a rebadged Studebaker President with Packard badges, using a 289 cubic inch V8 producing 275 horsepower. This wasn't a real Packard, it was a fraud. Build quality was mediocre, styling was confused, and it lacked everything that made Packard legendary. Loyal customers refused to buy them. Only 4,800 sold before production ended in 1958. The Packard Clipper destroyed one of America's greatest automotive names. That's why it's the worst car of the 1950s.